Okay. Okay. This is Bridges for Music. Welcome to the Bridges for Music podcast in collaboration with Pioneer DJ. Today we feature the extraordinary Thandi Draai, a pioneering force in the South African music scene. With a career spanning over a decade, she has made waves as a producer, DJ, and vocalist. From her groundbreaking compilation with the German label Get Physical to collaborations with industry heavyweights, Thandi's talent knows no bounds. Join us as we delve into her inspiring journey. First off, welcome to the Bridges for Music podcast with Pioneer DJ. Really excited to have you here. I'm Yams, um, a vocalist, DJ, and production here and there.
Yes.
But
Hello, Yams.
yeah, so I'm really honored to cover your story and journey because for me it's kind of like a mirroring mentorship type of vibes.
Oh, wow. No pressure,
Um,
Yams. Thank you. Wow.
yeah, so I wanted to start off by saying, congratulations and shout out to you for being such an iconic. I don't even want to say female before all the other things. I want to say producer, DJ, vocalist, because you've been doing amazing work, and I think you're moving so swiftly, and I can't wait till the world really kind of appreciates what you've been doing. And more than that, I've enjoyed getting deeper into your story. But for those that don't know who you are, where you're from, can you give us a little bit of a intro?
First of all, Yams, thank you so much for the invite. And wow, okay. Hi, everyone. I am Thandi Draai. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am obsessed with music. I DJ, I make music, and I sing and I write music. Just, yeah, all around, just like crazy and really passionate. Yeah, and like very involved in the depth of music and the entertainment industry. Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
In a small nutshell.
Yeah, very small nutshell.
Yes, and I wanted to know like what kind of kept you to or drew you to wearing all these different hats, to being the producer, the DJ, the songwriter.
So Yams, for me, like I grew up like in a home. So one of the things that was really healing for me while I was at the home was listening to music. I really felt at such a young age that music is really powerful. It's very healing. And I remember this one time, I don't know what specific song I was listening to, but I just literally was like, oh my gosh, I was in such a bad like space, and now just from listening to this music, listening to certain elements and frequencies within the music, I'm like, this is magic. It's not just music. I want to know how you make music. I want to know how you play, sing. So I think from that very moment, like I would try my best to find myself in any space of music. I'll sing in the shower while I'm watching movies. There's certain things that I'm listening to than just watching the movie. I'm very, I don't know, there's just something that it drew me towards music. It's just that it's unfortunate that at that time and the space that I was in, things like the softwares, your Fruity Loops, or just producing softwares, it wasn't a conversation like around us and my peers. So maybe there at the time I only knew like one or two people, back then who even had anything that was towards production. So in my journey, I'm like, let me just use what I have right now. So I really first started out and pushed as a vocalist. But at the end of the day, I knew from back then that okusalayo ngizogcina ngiyiproducer, umuntu oculayo and umuntu o-DJayo, because that's just how I want to express myself as a musician, and as an artist. So yeah,
Mm.
I hope that makes sense. But
Oh,
with everything, it in its katsayo, and then it's also a journey. So that's why I started in the order that I started in, because at that time I didn't have the equipment, I didn't have certain things. So what do I have right now that is mine and that I can control, and that's my voice. So yeah, my journey, a lot of people know Thandi Draai only as a vocalist. Till today abantu babe shocked ukuthi hayibo le ntombazane iya DJ futhi iphinde produce, you know. It's like, what? Why you guys been so weird? It's not sexist, you know. So yeah, as
Yeah.
women we have a long way to go, but yeah, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. So ngisa
Wow.
practice until today, like things they advance. The sound that was sounding back then is not what, you know, what is happening in
Yeah.
current. And yeah, man, I'm just every day I'm still learning. I can't say what to sing pelele as a artist, as a DJ, producer, and a vocalist. No, I'm still learning. I'm still inspired by so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And looking at your story, I mean, I'm personally heartwarmed by your story, and I feel like if, as Umdu, you start from such a deep why, it's inevitable that like the success will just come as you keep going. And obviously, looking at your past experience, how do you feel like that had prepared you for this tough industry right now that we are all in?
I think because like I never went to school for any of this this music industry stuff, so I wasn't prepared like at all. I was not prepared for the snakes and ladders and, you know, chess games that you play in this industry, because my mom was like, how much is umtanam is going to my adopted mom is going to Joburg, Laba, they're gonna eat her alive, because I do have such a soft heart. Like I have a big heart, you know, and
Yeah.
that's also the conditioning of when you in that home. Like every person that comes in there, you know, you need to be kind, because if you are in this home, what do you think the next person that walks through the store has been through? So I'm very like ngiyabathanda abantu, and I'm very compassionate, you know, about people, you know, because I grew up with a lot of broken people. So having that
Yeah.
mentality and coming la egoli, it's crazy. It's really crazy. There's a time in my life I remember my boyfriend was like, "Hi, bo, it's time to solve this shelter in." Like, I'm like, no, I haven't built a shelter, but there are people that need me right now. Yabona. So I came with that, and I guess that's just how I roll. But I also have learned a lot through that. Ukuthi, not everyone has their best intentions, you know.
Yeah.
It's a rough game, man. It's a very rough game, and you really from being obviously a female and being soft, I really had to man up within within the industry, how I go about it. You know, like yeah, my moves, who I'm working with, what nonsense I'm willing to take and what nonsense I'm not willing to take, because I also feel Guti for the longest as well. You can even be in places where people are bullying you around, you know, back bullisha. Whatever happens when you're young can still happen in your adult age. It's okay. Now you've been bullied by people in the industry. And I mean, you don't need to be put in such weird spaces. Yeah, but so I was never prepared. I was never prepared. I think with each situation, yeah, funda, but what I take from everything, it's like, okay, Tandy, who do you want to be in this scenario that you're in right now, whether it's positive or negative? We see what's happening, but what can you control, or what can you learn from this and keep it moving, you know? So for me, I feel like nothing is ever lost. It's just always lessons, you know. But no, I
Yeah.
can't say ukuthi I was prepared, because as kulisanga ngokufana, we don't have the same perspectives, we don't have the same mentality. So nope, Ahan was never prepared for half the things that go on in this industry. It's really not what it looks like from the outside. Yeah, but
Mm.
until you get in, nobody going to see you. Yeah, hi, boy. Yeah,
Yeah, that boy, yeah,
hi,
boy.
boy.
and also I think a lot of people might not know this about you, but the Give a Child a Family campaign with Hope
Yes,
for Tomorrow, really caught our attention as an organization since we strive to create safe spaces for youth to fully express themselves.
yes.
So I just wanted to ask, how do you believe the importance of that we carry as artists to assist empowering more young aspiring artists or any youngins to speak out and express themselves and kind of talk about issues that they might be suffering from.
You know, so with starting with GCF, that is actually the home that I grew up in. You know, now it's called Give a Child a Family, but I'm currently one of the ambassadors, and I really have had to just of recent. You know, I'm only telling my story and like my truths of who I am and where I come from, because for like ukuthi the person that I am today stems from my roots. Ukuthi, who are you really, and where do you come from? Like, what is your story? What inspired you to get to the point that you're in? So it's so important that you need to be like truthful to yourself. Uzibuze ukuthi ke ngisuka kuphi, and you realize that you're not the only one. Baningi abantu who have the exact same similar stories to you, and if you we can't act like impilo is a fairy tale or kumnandi all the time, most I think some of the like most brilliant artists really come from spaces that you like, what the, how did this darkness or so much pain take out such beautiful productions, or whatever it is that you're trying to articulate through your art and music, yabon. It's very important because for me, I also just use the space that I'm in with my music and what I do for healing, so
Yeah.
it's a very important that you do talk about it, because that can inspire. I mean, I'm not here to be anyone's role model. I hence I
Mm.
should see everyone has different perspectives and different realities, but I am here to say that, okay guys, in my reality and my perspective, these are the things that I've gone through. But with the things that I've gone through, I've chosen Uguti, let me follow this path. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm passionate about. And I'm not gonna allow izinto like every day, man, because I'm not gonna allow izinto ezongixaka to be what is smothering like what I need to do. So I don't do very well
Mm.
in like low vibrational situations. Like I can't I can't use that as a coat or a comfort. Like me, I don't do well. It's a
Mm.
very a very depressing mozos hlezi croucher to but I come from this and this and this and
Yeah.
this and that. I mean, I come from a home, but like I just was like, okay, whatever happens, I'm gonna have to make it out there and try my best to do izinto according to ngathini the books. What is my
Mm.
safe space? What is the best decisions for me, the safest spaces for me? So it's very important that we go back and we do give back, and we do give someone a different perspective. It's okay, Bugu Thandi, and she was in this situation, or she is in a situation like this, but she's still like pushing on. Okay, so asibone ukuthi simbuze ukuthi how is she doing it, or what is the story. So it's so important to root back and reach out and give back knowledge now. Now good to know, guys, this is how I'm doing it. I'm really focusing on what I'm good at. Anything is on pazami, so that's going to take anything away from me. And I think as abotaki, we have a lot of things that are very disturbing, a lot of things that as pazamisa yabona. So you can't fully sometimes expand your full potential within the arts because inkingas ningi, so yeah, I really just try to focus on what you're good at, and show other people that if you also focus on what you're good at, it was all, yeah, like, yeah, music has just really opened doors and saved me from many situations that I could have been, through music. So it's so important to talk to the upcoming people in any space, especially if you feel like you're disadvantaged. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and it's been 10 years for you in the industry, and I think carrying that motive is probably what could have, gotten you so far. But throughout your career, I think you've built such a solid reputation as a professional in the industry. And, you've had, I don't want to say the privilege, but been associated with some remarkable establishments like Oma P Productions and Soul Candy. Can you share what the impact of being part of, such circles, you could say, like what impact it has added to your development as an artist?
So, let's just start with like my P Productions. That gentleman right there has to be for me one of the best music producers from our like a KZN Pochipstein. Yeah, but he is
Mm,
really really brilliant. So I started off with him because remember I was pushing to spaces that would get me closer to where I want to be. So I was in
mm,
studio a lot now, boy, as much as I can. If it meant me standing and sitting in studio for a day and a half, I will do that. I just really wanted to be close to my
wow.
first love. So on my P, they saw as well, Loguti, yo, Thandi is really passionate about this thing. We did some vocals because that's where I could come in. You can see, yeah, siyacula, siyabhala. And one of the first projects that I worked on with them was, I think, a DJ Bong's projects or DJ Bong's them being DJ Bong's artist. So it really
Mm,
goes way back when I was just entrusted. Please Sunday come in here. Lapo, I've never had any form of schooling. So I also coach and the vocalists. They're super shy at singing. So come bring that vibe, yabona.
yeah.
Also help them write songs. So things like that, it's been very very important for me that I've been learning, I've been getting closer to Ifes Laviami in different spaces. I've been able to connect, I've been able to learn about the music industry, and so I've learned a lot from a lot of people's mistakes. And then that's why nami yabona ukuthi hayi lo uyenza into ethile and it didn't go well for them, or this yeah. So I've learned a lot. Also the soul candy parts. Back then I was really buying a lot of Soul Candy compilation. They really had the top best releases for me, and
Mm,
before I moved to Johannesburg, I had sent my mom and I had sent Soul Candy a demo, and I wanted to know like how do you make music, how do you DJ and all that type of stuff. So my journey also stems back from then, and then from then they're like, no, come through. I'd visit the school. Then through that, I did releases with some of the artists, Soul Candy. And with the more releases that you
mm,
do, then people are like, who's this Thandi Draai chick that we're hearing like everywhere? Because I was like, no one knows me. I'm not signed. I don't know like how to go about people hearing the Thandi Draai product, So I'm like, market yourself. Every music producer, because most of the music producers came from Soul Candy,
yeah.
get just like collaborate with them, fage voice yakho until, and I was like, this will happen until it lands in the right ears, and that's what basically started happening. Then even bigger brands were like, okay, we want to work with Thandi Draai. And yeah, I mean the rest is history. It's really moves. Why I say it's like snakes and ladders, because some moves you get bitten, buyisele move ameqale phansi uyazi ukuthi no. Don't ungahambi kanjena kanjena. So yeah, that's it.
If you want to listen to these conversations live and have access to this incredible community, you can join us at our physical campus, the Bridges Academy in Langa, South Africa. A revolutionary learning space where you will find courses on music, entrepreneurship, film, DJing, and much more. For more information on how to apply, visit bridgesacademy.org. Wow. I think you're so determined, and it's amazing to hear even through this conversation. Um, Tell me more about your first releases, Down on Me and Ingozi. I think it seems like these played an establishing presence for yourself in the industry. But were you expecting that response? How was it all?
Well, it was now okay. So by the time I'm releasing it, Down on Me was one of my first projects. Me coming out as a music producer. Nitty guys, I'm not just a vocalist. I even remember we had said Thandi Draai featuring Thandi Draai because once Ikamalama, it's now it's been marketed just as a vocalist, and that's the only part
Yeah.
people know of me. So we were like,
Mm,
I know my bantu batitege. We need to and spoon speed like spoon speed spoon 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 feed them that this is another part of you. You are a music producer. You love production as well. So the game plan was there. It was just like, okay, Thandi Draai, featuring Thandi Draai, Down and Me, Let's Go. It's a song that I wrote. So I'm singing on it. The original, I produced that. And it was interesting because I don't know why when it comes to females, like everything must be a debate. Yeah, about debates.
right.
We get so much taken away from us when people also need to understand that the climate for males and females in this country is not the same. It's really, really, really
Mm,
not the same. I feel like just the way males are brought up, they have more freedom, more freedom to explore. As a
exactly.
woman, you don't act funny. Like it's very rare finding another woman who you can speak production with. Like I know it's very, very rare. Yeah, but I think I've only met like one other hand in my lifetime so far ukuthi sawazi nje sizikhulumele talk about certain plugins and certain EQs. It is a very, 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 very to find yabona. So I was just like, okay, I know I'm gonna get a lot of speculation. People always want to put you in one box in South Africa. But yeah, so that was a game plan. No good say, guys, we're gonna just come with it. Thandi Draai featuring Thandi Draai, like it or not. This is how I'm introducing myself. So yeah, it Down on Me played whatever it played at that time. The people that
Mm,
heard it, the people that felt the production felt it. And since then, even with Ungos, it was another EP that I did where the production now I'm just trying a bit of a more crazier sound, a more riskier sound, with
okay.
Ingo's EP. And also within that, it's me on production. So it's yeah, it's like, hi guys, this is me. Do you like it or not? If not, nakhona ngiyatutsa nje, and I'm just like ngayibe kanjani, I'm just gonna keep releasing music until now I get to that point where I'm making quality production, quality vocals. There's always a space for me to learn. So those two
Mm,
those two EPs were so important that it's like, okay, guys, I'm starting something and let's go with it. The ones that want to be part of my journey and growth, not just as a vocalist, as a music producer as well, and a DJ. Yeah, let's go with it. And I can't complain. I'm still learning a lot on production, namanje, on DJing, on vocals, how to do things. The deeper and deeper, or the more years and experience I'm getting, I'm starting to see it like every day you can see things in your perspective. So it's very important.
yeah.
Ngisafunda namanje yabona. But that really played a role. It was okay. Let's switch things up. Women don't only just sing. We can, if you are interested, we can also produce because it's not sexist. It's either uyakwazi ukuvula Fruity Loops or you can't open whatever software it is that you're using. It has nothing to do with oh wow, look at Yams, she's so hot. I need producing ingoma for Yams, and then it exports itself and then you have a hit. No, it doesn't work like that. It does take
Exactly.
time, it does take practice, yabona, like, and determination as well, and patience. Yeah.
Mm. Patience, patience, patience. Very important. I mean, so while working alongside, the likes of Charles Webster, Tulo, Clock, and even recently Kitty Amor, I just wanted to know more about your experience on as being a producer, working with all these different artists now, and the how you curated Get Physical, basically.
Okay, so working with all the artists that you just mentioned for me has really been amazing. And like since day one, Charles Webster has really, 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 really like, oh my gosh, I love Charles Webster. He was so supportive from the beginning before I even came out as a producer. We would have
Mm,
conversations and I tell him that, these are my plans. This is where my heart really lies. And he was not like, yo, he was not one of those people who would be like, nah, again, logo, Whereas you would tell other, gentlemen about plans like that, and they'll be like, nah, man, why do you want to DJ and produce as well, Because I'm like, I want to. So, um, those people have really played different roles and really encouraging me, supporting me, helping me see like what no wrong lana, right lana. Like they've been very having the right people around you and a good support system is also very, 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 very beneficial for you as the actual artist. So all the people that you mentioned, I mean, from Abokulo, it's people that I look up to now, mind you, till today. I still work with Abo Clock, with Kitsy Choles, those are people that for me I cannot complain with how they've been so good to me. Yeah, Bona. So it's very important. And then when it comes to with the experience and love for the art of compilations and just music, we're like, okay, people in general enjoy the type of sets that I do, the type of music that I pick for my own things, like doing a compilation, also coming from a compilation space of buying and collecting compilations. I was like, the day mean I'm given a chance to narrate a story, like a storyline of songs and uh, express like expressions and feelings through music. I'm gonna make sure that I give it my soul. I'm currently working
yeah.
on the second part of Africa Gets Physical, the fifth volume.
Oh,
So it's very stressful, sleepless nights. A lot of collecting different, listening to different types of music, seeing what is short here, who can we collaborate with. So I'm very hands on, man, because there's a certain feeling that I also want to express. Khona abantu, there were times in back in my days, I'm like, yo, if I could ever be given a space, yoguti, we can listen to the talents or the type of music that is out there. I would want the very best of the very best, and the different kinds of Afro. I'm gonna make sure that I'm that person within my compilation. So yeah, it's very crucial, and it's very, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a woman or I'm looking at it from a woman's perspective. It can't just be good
mm,
to you putting a compilation together. Like, what is the compilation evoking? I mean, it is Africa Gets Physical. So yeah, I've always been, I think, very unapologetic on how I pick my songs, who I'm working with, what
mm.
storylines that are there. So yeah, I'm super excited. It's back to a lot of sleepless nights. Njengoba manje sikhuluma, actually I'm in studio as well, editing some stuff for the compilation. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, I'm super excited to be like round two. Let's go, baby. I see.
I was just thinking about your, you know, my question I was gonna ask, because I was gonna talk about your future plans and if you have any releases in the pipeline, but you've answered that question. But
Hey, I've been
is there
trying to
anything
chaza nam.
besides is there anything else besides Get Physical part two that you're working on at the moment that we can all kind of look forward to?
Yeah, there was a song that we had released Nabo Traeger called Sfete Sendota. And
Yes.
sorry.
No, I'm saying yes. I was about to sing it, but I'm like, it's just the podcast.
You can't say Sfete Sendota. So yeah, we
Better
wanna
than
do Sfete Sendota. So we're actually gonna be doing a part two of that. that has Drake as well, Moonchild. We are super excited to get that out. And yeah, so this one is called Side Chick that is coming. So it's like
Ooh.
a it's like a continuation of Isfete Sendota. Yeah, now we have a song that we currently wrapping up called Side Chick. So I'm so super excited, with that, and also just working with the artists that I'm working with. They are super amazing. So yeah, just to be in the forefront of that is just crazy. Then yeah, I'm also working on other music, but you guys will know in time as release. So my two biggest things right now is my Side Chick, a single that is going to be coming out, and compilation, and then yeah, one thing at a time that I'll tell you about because there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can really imagine, and I'm really looking forward to that. Um, just to kind of close things off, and speaking about your compilation, I mean, working with international labels and performing internationally, is something that you've been doing, and you're really acing that side of the world.
Thank you so
Just
much.
wanted to I just wanted to ask, what has your experience been overseas in terms of a female producer and vocalist from South Africa, in the scene that side? As a DJ, like how have you seen
Uh
the
the atmos
reception of?
the atmosphere obviously is very different, from coming from South Africa and then playing in other spaces. The atmosphere is very different, and I really just feel because it really depends on what is people's realities. I feel like the Afro Tech, there's levels of this the techno movement. Like there's premium levels, there's middle levels, there's so there's festival spaces. So like ihlukile, man, it really depends Guti, where you're at. But one thing that I can say is that in Europe they really super appreciative of the quality of talent that is coming through from South Africa, because for me it's like everyone is so talented in South Africa. We have like a lot of goodness coming from here. It's not like when you see another DJ killing it, it's not like wow, I'm phased. It's like we yourself, you're from South Africa is the best DJs, just how we work ourselves around the technical spaces within DJing. When you go out there, you see how other people play, and then when you need to play, there's slightly a difference. I don't know, like I can't explain. You really need to experience it for yourself, but it's definitely a different climate, a different atmosphere, depending on where you're playing. I enjoy playing a lot in festivals.
Yeah,
That's my thing. People really come out there and have a lot of fun, even when people don't know you. Like the response is crazy. It's the spaces that I've been playing at. It's really not about who you are. It's more like what have you done and are you good at it. That's it. And that's
mm,
what your merit comes from. That you're good. Okay. This person does this and they're good at doing one, two, three. You don't have to be popular. You don't have to have the most following or the biggest names. They just really focused on Uguti. Is this person going to deliver a certain experience? You know? More
exactly.
than yeah, so it's been interesting. Like I said, it's different perspectives for different people or promoters that are in those spaces. I mean, other people are like, but we can't be booking people that we don't know, the tables aren't gonna sell. But also just selling
Yeah,
tables doesn't necessarily mean that they can bring a certain level of experience. Do you understand? So it's very tricky. I like working a lot with people who are really about the experience, because I feel a good team, even the way that I want to narrate my DJ sets and storylines. I want to create. I create a storyline. I want to create ukuthi okay siqale kuphi and siya kuphi sogcina kuphi. So I like working with people like
mm,
that. But yeah, definitely different atmosphere when it comes to the sound, Elen.
yeah. Well, I mean, I really hope that I mean, I love what personally South African artists are doing overseas, and also specifically female DJs and producers. But yeah, I really wish that you can expand more overseas and kind of, give the world more of what your story is and your journey, because you obviously have a lot to give and we are here to receive. Um,
Thank you.
just like that, I just come to the end of our podcast. Really appreciate the hard work that you're doing. I feel like sometimes in order for people to work this hard, it's like they're doing it for someone else or they have to answer to someone else. But it's wonderful to see the drive that you have, um, and and it's literally coming from a place of changing your reality and not wanting to be forced into this little shell and wanting to just be excel and be great. So you're really inspiring, and I've had a great interview with you.
Thank you so much, James. Thank you.
And I hope that you can come through to down to Cape Town, visit the academy. Maybe we can like share decks or something. But yeah, we'd really
Yeah, I mean, why not? I know that I'm gonna be in Cape Town between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of September. I think I have a show there. So yeah, I know that's when I'll definitely be coming to Cape Town. So we can definitely look around those dates if you don't make it to Johannesburg sooner. But thank you so much for the well wishes and the invite.
it's not a problem at all. Thank you for your time. You and your team. I know you're very busy. Um, but yeah, the podcast ends here.
Oh,
Thanks
okay,
for your
cool.
time. I know it was a struggle at the beginning to get set up and everything, but
As long as we
yeah,
got the job done, that's what's important at the end of the
exactly.
day. Sharp, thank you so
Yeah,
much, James.
exactly. And
Bye bye.
thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast as much as we do making them. Remember, if you'd like to attend any of these workshops live, enroll in any of our upcoming programs. To support the work we do, you can find more information on bridgesformusic.org. Please don't forget to subscribe, as we'll be bringing new inspiring conversations soon. Until next time, keep safe.